everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Some serious pride on the line in this contest as these two divisional rivals take the field together for the first time this season. Almost a playoff atmosphere surrounding the game between these two bitter opponents. It's the Ravens going up against the Browns. And with that, we'll send you up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, which is where we'll find our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Larry, the Cavaliers may have lifted the local championship drought, but there's another team who'd like a little of that success, and that's the Browns as we come to you from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Danny Amendola on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Dalton throwing on second down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Finding time. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Vontaze Burfict in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
Three down. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll give the Browns a first down. To throw now on first down. He's got time. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's third down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety. but still retains his good coverage skills.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll set up to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big fella. He's at the 30. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Allen Bailey in on the stop. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
This is caught by the rookie Josh Doctson. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter down. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. They'll run the option left. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And it's caught by Selleck. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Every now and then I scratch my head when I see the draw play called, especially after a great run the previous play. Keep attacking. Sometimes the draw play develops slowly, and that allows the defense to react.
It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen? Right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Again, it's Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Second down, just 1 yard to go. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's second down, Dalton looking, surveying the field, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Dalton to the right side, caught by Selleck. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And Dawson's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right?
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. On the return, this is Micah Hyde. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Ravens defense as they head out to set up shop. They're hoping to do what they did last time, force another punt. Last time it resulted in a field goal. We'll see if they can get another stop here, though.
And the best defenses are in the business of preventing points and creating points. And that's exactly what these guys did on their last possession. Why? Because they got off the field on 3 and out, turned the ball over to their offense after the punt, and let them roll downfield.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Devontae Adams his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And he'll bang that one through. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Second down, Dalton. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So here we go, a 3rd down after the second down pass completion. Dalton here from the gun. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Out to the left, it's complete to Dykson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now it's Tate. Oh, the spin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. The final act of the first half. Dalton dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Browns have an edge in time of possession right now. The Ravens look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now 1st and 10, there's going to be a fumble here. Ravens will pick up the loose football and score. That takes the lead up to 7. Now early in the second quarter, quick pass and catch by Brent Selleck, and he'll end up at their own 40-yard line before being tackled. They would go on to kick a field goal and put 3 points on the board. First and 10, pass will be completed out of the gun. And this great play will go for 6. Browns now down by just 3. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to First Energy Stadium for the start of the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Green 39. Green.
Play clock winding down. Back to throw here. Finding time. And he slings one that's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. A pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like
saw
everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
And hauled in here by Jordan Norwood. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the offense lining up first and 10. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now it's Ajayi, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Quite the uptick here from last week as the numbers show. I guess if you're a coordinator, with how much you base your offense around a guy like this, do you say this week, we're going to get him involved early, we have to?
No doubt about it. You know, a lot of guys script their plays to start out. I think in their script, the first
just
5
wrote
plays,
his name on there.
4 of them were right to him. Get him the football, get him involved early. That'll help the overall offense. And
as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got time, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Brandon Graham coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return, it's Hyde. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got, and they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Dequan Jones. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out every time.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. He has Britt over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an offset eye. Running again, and again it's McFadden. And able to... And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Dalton wants to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jay Ajayi, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Now Amendola. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Another pistol look here. He'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds right at the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting up.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Surveying the field. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Strong left. Strong left. Be a long day for you.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 37. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.